Hello YouTubers, please do excuse the angle of my camera because at the moment where we've got all the new workstation and everything, we're just trying to work everything out on where everything's going to go basically, and I think my camera might be a little bit high, but for right now it'll be absolutely fine. Right, so today I wanted to bring you a video to cover boxes. Now this is a box I found in my cupboard. It belonged to a Beats headphones. Now if you can see, it's got a little tag at the bottom there, look, you can see that. And then literally lift that up, pull that back, and look at that. It's a massive deep box, it's fantastic. And this one has got a little added extra. If you pull this little tag here, that opens up too. So you end up with, I mean, that needs pulling out, which I will do at a later date. But you could certainly, I'm going to keep a little A5 paper in here. My watercolour paper is going to be perfect in there. I don't know as to yet what I'm going to keep in this one, but we're going to look at covering it and how we can make it look really good. So my thoughts were, I don't need to cover the whole box. There's not a huge amount of writing on it at all, look. Hardly anything. The only writing is this end, which was a little hooky thing, and this end, which is like instructions. So what I'm going to do is just cover these ends. That's all it needs. Now this dipped in, so what we've done is filled it up with sticky back. It's adhesive stuff, like sponge, which I will peel off before we, just the main part of it, before I carry on and stick down. Okay, so then I went through and I found that I've got loads of these. I've got some big ones, small ones, they're all in my my unit. So I actually bought, that's probably one of the first things I bought as a crafter. So I went through and I found, I mean, this one I got from the pound shop for £1, obviously. I got 4 of the different ones, so I've got 4 altogether, 3 of the different ones. From the pound shop, like I say. The other big ones, one of them came from the Works, and I think the other one came from a company called Shieldbrooks, that we used to have one close to us and one in our town. But obviously Shieldbrooks went and they're all online now, mostly from eBay. So it's a good quality ones that we've got, and the one I'm using today is the one I got from Shieldbrooks. So what I've done is found one that I like. If you can see that, it's actually like shimmers gold. It's beautiful. And then I've done a few little bits, if you can see that. Crafts at Home with Lisa, to put over the Beats bit there. And then these bits I'm going to put on each end, which will just make it my own. It'll make it match with my other boxes, and I've got one there that I just use just to put whatever it is that's in the box on the front there. Otherwise, trust me, you'll never know what's in there. Okay, so let's peel these off the front here. Now this tape stuff here is very easy to peel off, the other not so. If you look at my previous videos, I fight with it terrible. There we go. So I'm going to put the first one on. So this I'm just going to peel off because it's double-sided sticky tape. See, it's not so easy to peel off. Bear with me, folks. I hate this stuff because I just struggle with it. Get my tweezers on it. They're usually better to use. She says. It can be a nightmare to get and sort of. If I can get away with not using this, I will do. I mean, I did use and start one of my first 2 boxes I did use PVA glue, which I found to be very messy, and it would just curl up at the edges, and I just found it very aggravating to use. So if I had to lay money on, I just use sticky back plastic, sticky double-sided sticky tape. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in. There's no particular right way or wrong way of doing it, although there is a few words there with best wishes, if you can see that up here. So I'm going to put that and make sure that's to the top. So make sure you've got, and it's even. There you go, and it's where you want it. Rub it to make sure it all sort of sticks down. Oh, I've got it more over this side than this side, but that's okay. If you do find that happens, you can put washi tape round it if you find some washi tape that works. So do the same the other end. Oh no, more of it. So yeah, I found double-sided sticky tape work better. And my dog's dreaming. I can hear her running in her sleep. She's very, very brave when she sleeps. Not so when she's awake. I think our cats are probably scarier than our dog. Right, make sure again with the writing. I've got another one that says best wishes there, this side. So I'm just going to pop it in there the right way up. Like so. Now, using double-sided sticky tape, I always do one right to the very top and one right to the very bottom. And each strip that I put on, take it straight to each end, like so. So, there we go. I think that's looking pretty good. And you'll be able to see it nicely when the box is open. There we go. So, now I'm going to put the one that I did, which is Crafts at Home with Lisa. That one there. And all I did was literally cut it out using a guillotine before we started. It's got nicer, straighter edges, so it's definitely worth using a guillotine if you've got one. If you haven't, don't worry about it, just use scissors. I just liked it because using the longer strips, sometimes you can't get it as straight as you'd like to. Okay, so I'm just peeling off, there we go. Now with this bit I wanted to stick over, because if you can see there's a bee. So I'm just going to stick it over that. Now with the double-sided sticky tape, don't stick it down till you're happy. And I'm happy. So that is, although it's a very simple one, that is my Beats box now. You couldn't tell what it was originally. And what I'm going to do is this, I'm going to put on the front as my nameplate there. But I'm not going to do it yet because it makes it very difficult to write on there or put letters on like this one of what it actually is. So I'm going to put that inside so I don't lose it. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so that one we're going to put to the back. Now, the other one that I've cut into shape for you is this one. It's a tin. Now, I want to use this for all my pens and pencils and things like that. Let me just zoom you in a little bit so you can see a little bit closer. There we go. So here's my tin. I want it to match my box that we've just done. So it's the same paper. Double-sided sticky tape on the back. Again, that side and then two in the middle. Works really well. And then we've got, I've done brushes and pens. So I've done it on the back because the back is like a pearlescent gold. If you can see that. I think this is the one that came from Shilbrooks. It's very thick, beautiful paper to work with. Folks, if anybody's got any ideas on how I could get it easier to pick my corners off on my double-sided sticky tape, please do leave a message in the bottom, in the comments. Okay, that wasn't actually that bad. Making sure your writing is up the right way I'm going to lay it down and we're going to start it just on the edge there, making sure it's between the two. Remember, if it's just slightly out, you can use washi tape, just taking it nice and steady round, because you don't want it to differ from that very top bit. And then I like mine just to overlap at the end, just slightly, like so. And then literally round, make sure it's well stuck down. Now that looks pretty good. Very pleased with that. Again, if you wanted to, you can use washi tape. Now this one I'm just going to put on the side here. I'm going to keep the join to the back, like that. And then pens I'm going to stick there. I mean, if you wanted to do lots of wording around it, you could do if you wanted to. I was going to do that, but then I ran out of letters. I've just got to order some more, which I might do later. As soon as I've ordered them, I will show you as soon as they come through what sort of ones I use. I did order some washi what's-its. So the way I get that in the middle now is count how many letters I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want it to go above number 4, because that's the uneven part. So the S I want to put, because it says brushes, underneath pens. Like that. So that's what you've got. Pretty smart, huh? I'm very pleased. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My pens and whatnot are all ready to go back in there. And that now, let me get rid of this rubbish. And that now all matches. So if you can see that, matches that. Very pleased, just from simple household stuff. I found this in my side cupboard. Now we haven't used, I've got a pair of Beats headphones which I do use, which I haven't used, well, I've got obviously the same as everybody else now. I've got some earphones which I use. I don't use my Beats so much anymore, which is a shame because they're great. They're great to use, but I don't use them so much anymore. But that is the box. That's been in my cupboard for, oh goodness me, I don't know how long. Years, you could say. And it's a great box to use. It's so big. It's really good. It's amazing. So I'm very pleased with that one. And then this is just a tin. This was from some rice pudding my husband had. He's a bit of a rice pudding fiend. And then I literally just sat there, looked at what paper I'd like, and I thought, oh, I'll match it with that one. And put my letters on, found out what letters I'd got, put my letters on it, and that's it. That literally is how easy it doesn't have to be hard. It's the same as all my other boxes. One's an Arteza lid, 2 of them are shoe boxes, which we just found underneath the chair, under the bed. And again, these things are good to get rid of, but they're great to upcycle. Just waiting for my husband to put some hooks up on the walls still to put my paints on. But other than that, fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Really pleased. So I hope you enjoyed it, and so you could just see how simple it is. You can put things like this on. You see I've put on front of these. Ooh, let's push them out of the way. If you wanted to, you could put big letters on with butterflies and flowers and things like that. It just depends on what you want to put in your box and how you want to do it. It is entirely up to you and what takes your fancy, really. So I've gone from flowers on this one to spots on this one, if you can see that. And I've used washi tape around the edges, if you can see. That works for me. I like that. That I really do. So do have a go. this is one of the ones I used PVA glue on. So if you can see, it doesn't stick as well, and it tends to make the paper wet. But then this was cheaper paper. This was one of my from the pound shop. So you don't expect it to be quite as good a quality as the other one. But it is really, it's good, it's reasonable. But double-sided sticky tape is definitely the way I would go. Having used both of them now, I know that that's really what I would like to do. So, fantastic. Thank you for watching, taking the time out of your busy schedules. I know it's not so easy for everybody to have the time to do it. This is just a really quick, easy way of doing some new storage and, like I say, upcycling some recycling stuff that you've got just let around the house that you can use. So hit that subscribe button down below. That way you won't miss any videos. And I think the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make a dog. Just a dog head out of clay. He's really cool. He looks a bit like Scooby-Doo, so we'll go from there with that one. And you can make your own mind up what you want to say he looks like, Scooby-Doo or just a dog. But it's going to be great and fantastic. So do subscribe to the bottom so we can make sure you don't lose and forget about that video when it's released. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.